Hey, okay. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. Hello, guys. Cool. Done. Bam. Okay. YouTube is live. Instagram is live. Good morning. Good morning. It's Monday morning. Ooh. You okay? Cool, cool. How are you guys? In Korea, it's 10 a.m. Korean time, March 4th.
Here in Korea, hope you had a happy holiday weekend
Yes.
celebrating the March 1st movement.
Yeah.
It's a very important holiday in Korea, in both Koreas actually.
Yes.
It's celebrated in North Korea too.
Cool, cool. Cool, cool. We are live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. And today we are talking about visa, one of the most important things to come to Korea and study and live basically. And before we cover the other stuff, price, which is also like very important, price, other things. Good morning. Hello. 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 But as always, we are talking about the Korean visa. However, if you have like any questions, let us know, so that we can answer your, questions, anything, basically anything.
Yeah.
As you can see, it's hot. It's getting hotter in Korea. Today is 10. We are going to up to 15 degrees today. Now it's 7. It will go up 15 degrees. About like a month ago, it was like minus 10, I guess. When we did another live video, it was minus like 5, 0, 10. But nowadays, the spring has arrived.
Yeah. And with spring comes some air quality.
Yeah, as always. But I hope, I welcome the weather,
Yes.
which is amazing. Very good walking, Hello. Korea has like 4 seasons, so it would be great to experience all the things, all the seasons.
Right.
How about there? I'm just wondering, you guys have like good weather in your country?
Or bad weather?
Yes, it's okay. I like bad weather, just so that you can stay in the house.
Today is, temperature-wise, it's great, but the air quality is not so good. So it's actually quite sunny.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. Oh.
So yeah, as we said, we're going to talk about the visa today, or rather your options for studying in Korea, visa or not. So just as a disclaimer, currently we can only assist people that are on the Ministry of Foreign Affairs list for visa-free entry into Korea. And that's just due to the fact that we're kind of a tiny company, but we're expanding, and there's a lot of work that goes into helping you getting the visa, and also the schools have a lot of work that they need to do to sponsor the visa for you. So with that in mind, at this time we only can help the people on that list, but hopefully in the future we can expand our services to help other people as well, and hopefully the schools as well. They can assist you as Korea opens up its doors a little bit more. These days they are. So hello, medicine, you're back.
Before we go further, actually, the reason that I again to wear the studtrip.com t-shirt, first things first, we thank you for your interest our summer course.
Yes.
And News Korea course. So summer course is full. So we, as you may see, our summer course is closed. So you cannot find the information on our homepage. However, there's a second one we just opened. So summer course during the August. So good thing about the August course is you can choose either 2 weeks course or 3 weeks course. So based on your date plan, you can choose one of them. And then don't forget, we are having the early bird promotion until the March 31st of 2019. Of course, the spots are limited. So I want you to, contact us to join the second summer course. So thank you for your interest, and also I hope you can have another option with the second summer course, so that you can come this summer through us easily and fast way.
And I just saw a question about the D4 visa. Yes, if you'd like to.
Can you read it?
Yeah, if I want to apply for the D4 visa, do I have to be 18 years or older to apply for it? And yes, you do. So we can get more into the general requirements later. But yes, to apply for the D4 visa, you must be 18 years old or older.
It's not like from us, it's like from the government.
Yeah.
So we don't have any option. But of course, there is another option to come to Korea without the D4 visa. And also, you come with different visa and you can change to another visa, which we have done like quite a long time. So we can also guide you to there. Of course, we cannot give you like details information. However, because each school is different, and also each country is different. But we are giving you, as always, like a basic information, so that we can support you by contacting us, like when, like what kind of things are needed, those kind of things.
So we'll get into the ways you can come and study in Korea, and in terms of the visa. So the first option, which is the maybe easiest one, is you can come study on your tourist time.
Or without visa.
Right, without a visa. And you can just use your passport. And most people get about 90 days visa free in Korea. However, it depends on your nationality. So we can, of course, help you figure that out. And so you just use your passport, you show up at the airport, and they'll let you in and technically you're entering as a tourist, but you can still study Korean with that entry into Korea. And of course, you still have to apply to the school and pay your tuition, but that's probably the easiest, less paperwork way to study. And that's only for short term, because as we said, you either get about 90 days, depending on your nationality, or you may get less. Only one country, as far as I know, gets more, which is Canada. So if you're Canadian, you get 180 days visa free. So you can actually study almost 6 months with that visa. And yeah, that's if you don't have the student visa or another type of other visa you get, you can just come with your passport and study during that time.
Right. I mean, the region there, like depending on your visa, the documents is different.
Right.
So, for example, if you come with no visa or visitor visa, then the application documents would be much less than like D4 visa. But if you come with the D4 visa, then there's like another list of documents, so that you need to prepare. That's kind of different based on your visa.
And another option is, if you're on a list of countries that can receive it, is a working holiday visa. So there are some restrictions with that, including your age, and you can only receive that visa once ever. So we can, of course, send you the link from immigration so you can know all the rules and guidelines for that. But in general, there's an age restriction. Normally, you have to receive the visa before you're 30 years old in your international age, not your Korean age. And also, I believe you have to be a high school graduate. So at least, so in general, that's something that you can talk with your embassy about, but we can, of course, link you to which countries can receive it it's more limited than even the amount of countries that can receive a visa-free entry into Korea. So if you're interested in doing that, normally the period is about 12 months. Some countries get more time, some countries get less. But you can, of course, study on that visa as well, and then you can also work if you want part-time. And if you have that visa, then similar to if you come visa-free, then the paperwork may be a little bit less, depending on the school. So some of our students do come with the working holiday visa, or they're already in Korea with the working holiday visa, and they decide they want to study.
Once again, this is live show about the visa. You can ask us anything.
Any other questions?
If you want to know how to live and study in Korea, the visa portion would be a little bit like short. So we are talking about that, and then maybe if we have more time, then we can go to the general like questions or ask general answers. So basically, long and short, you can have like 3 options to come to Korea: visitor or visa-free, and then you can study up to certain days. Or you can have like D4 visa, but you need to also like apply for like minimum 6 months, and then you can study with the visa. Last option would be working holiday visa. So you would have like 3 options.
All right. We've already touched on the visa-free and the working holiday visa, and most of you probably have a question about the student visa and what you can get, or how to acquire that visa. So as Eddie just said, you have to apply for, most of you, it's 6 months or 2 terms at our schools. And you may ask, why do I have to apply for that long? It's because you have to commit to studying longer than your visa-free period. So 1 term is normally about 90 days. So then, therefore, you have to apply for 2 terms or more. For Canadians, since you can stay here so long, then you have to apply for quite a long time. Normally, it's like 3 terms or 4 terms, depending on the school, because you get 100 days visa-free. But in the general case, 2 terms or more to get the student visa.
I mean, even though you registered like 1 year, the D4 visa is up to 6 months at once.
Yeah.
So 1 year, and then you received like 6 months study. Oh, why? Then like this is like a rule. And so you come to Korea with a 6 months study visa, and then you extend in Korea. And the school or we are going to help you what to prepare or what to do, what to do in Korea, like where. But the reason that if you want to study like longer, the reason that we recommend like 6 months, and if you get like a visa at first, and then you can very easily extend it, even in Korea. So that's why we normally recommend you like study 6 months or 1 year minimum, and then D4 is up to 2 years. Okay, yeah. So.
And maybe you've gotten the visa sticker and you notice it only says, like, as Eddie said, 6 months single entry. That's because no matter what, no matter how long you actually are going to study, if it's a year or 2 years, as Eddie said, it's 6 months to start. And then you can enter Korea like once with that visa. And then after that, once you're in Korea, then you'll apply for the alien registration card. And that will allow you to go like in and out of Korea. So don't worry if you only have a single entry visa. Once you receive the alien registration card, let's say you want to go on vacation during the term break or something, that's perfectly fine. But be sure to receive the alien registration card before you do that. Because if you don't and you leave Korea with just your passport, and they'll say, oh, well, you've already come in with the visa and now you're leaving, they'll cancel your visa more than likely. So just be careful about that. And if you have a question about traveling while you're a student here, just let us know. The general rule is after you come to Korea to study with the visa and receive the alien registration card, then you'll be okay for coming in and out. And also, you don't have to like memorize how much time you have left, because on the alien registration card, it'll have your dates that you're allowed to be in Korea. So let's say you enter, in March, And then initially you get 6 months. So then sometime maybe in September, that'll be your expiration date initially. So if you're actually studying for a year, then of course, as Eddie said, you can renew it very easily. The school will help you, we will help you. And same thing, if you're studying longer, then you can just continue to renew it. It just takes a very short time in immigration to renew it, like 10, 15 minutes. So you're very welcome for this information. Thank you for joining us. And also, if you're on Facebook or YouTube, then feel free to answer, or we'll answer your questions for you. Just leave them in the comments, and we'll get to you in live show.
Right.
And I'm also I'm on here on Facebook. I'm also posting some comments here on Facebook, helpful things. So if you go back through the video later and want to see a helpful link or maybe something we discussed, because Instagram, it'll disappear after like 24 hours.
Right.
So on Facebook or YouTube, you can go back and watch the video.
And we also made information about the alien part on our YouTube. So if you want to know what it is, you can check that out.
And
let me open the door.
Yeah, it's getting a little warm here. So another thing that we get asked a lot is if you can receive the visa to study in Korea, the D4 in Korea, or you have to receive it in your country. So generally, if you're applying in advance and you're submitting all your documents, you pay your tuition, you should receive the visa in your home country from your embassy or consulate.
But please make sure, as we said before, I want you to at least contact us 6 months in advance.
Yeah.
You know, of course, you know, the visa, all the process is like, you know, we have dates for the application for each university. So if you are, you know, if you want this university, then we will guide you what to prepare, and also, you know, when to prepare. But I want you to at least contact us 6 months ahead, so then you will have like more time to for the preparation. So you will prepare this, and then you need to pay for the tuition, and then you will get the letter. A letter from the university, and then with the letter, you are going to apply for the visa. And visa, it might take like up to, I would say like up to 1 month. Of course, some country just like, you know, very fast, so you can get like 1 week. But sometimes with the holidays in the country, then it will take like 1 month. Right. Then you would like miss the like all the starting date. You might be able to miss the starting date.
The vast majority of students will receive their visa like within 2 weeks to 2 weeks. But of course, if you have a national holidays, if you have other things going on, you can't get to the embassy in time or in a timely fashion, then of course, as Eddie said, it could take you longer. There are 2 questions I saw. One, is it easy to get a green card in Korea? So the term green card is kind of a US thing, but if you're asking about permanent residency, yeah, it can take a while, and it depends on a lot of different factors. So if you're interested in becoming a permanent resident or even naturalizing in Korea, then I recommend doing a lot of research on that. That's not really our specialty, but it's possible.
And I would say Korea is one of the countries that not friendly with the green card. It's not easy. Of course, every country is the same, but especially Korea is not easy to get the permanent residence.
Yeah, you should be prepared to live in Korea a long time if you want to be a permanent resident. You can of course come and go if you're a permanent resident, but just to get permanent residency, it takes a long time. I want to go to Korea this summer on the tourist visa, and I want to come again when I'm like. So basically the question is, how long do I have to wait to get another tourist visa or get another visa type if you come here? So if you're 17, you can come here on a tourist visa, then it's fine. You can come again, either on a student visa or another tourist time, like immediately after if you'd like. So there's no real issues.
But please make sure that, you know, when you come with any kind of visa, then, you know, since you have the common sense, please do not have any kind of illegal actions or record left.
Yeah.
It will affect you later.
Yeah.
So
yeah, if you get deported from Korea, you can be like banned up to like 10 years or something like that from entry. So yeah, of course, follow the law in Korea. Don't overstay your visa. If immigration finds out you overstayed, then you could have like severe consequences, like we just said. As another person on live stream said, let's say you're married to a Korean national, then of course, yes, you can get a visa to be in Korea long term, and then if you want permanent residency from that, the period is shorter. But again, make sure you follow the law in Korea,
Yes.
regardless of what visa you have.
yes.
You don't want to get deported.
So basically, data remain nowadays.
Yeah.
All the things in computer. So
Yeah.
if there's somebody before had some trouble,
Even if it's
without or with intention,
Yeah, even
just
if it's
don't
like
ignore. Don't ignore.
years ago, and they'll scan your passport and they'll say, "Oh, you were deported like 5 years ago. Why are you here?"
You may come into Korea, but they might ask like a couple
lot
of
of
questions.
A lot of questions.
So visa is not up to us, but we are giving you like a basic information. So nobody will guarantee that you will get the visa or come to Korea. But we will guide you what to prepare in general, and we will help you anyway.
Yeah.
To study in Korea.
Here's another question. I would like to stay there 2 years.
Mhm.
So if you want to study Korean and get the D4 visa and study here for 2 years, that's the maximum that the visa is valid for.
Mhm.
The visa is good for to a maximum of 2 years. So if you want to study or if you want to stay longer than that in Korea, then either you need to pursue something like higher education, you need to acquire a job that can sponsor your visa, maybe you get married and you get sponsorship from a Korean national, or you have some other situation that can lead you to longer term in Korea. Otherwise, you need to leave Korea after your visa period is done. Same thing for a tourist visa. If you're here on it as a tourist and you're on day 90, you need to leave Korea unless you can apply and transfer to another visa type. You can't just stay in Korea because you'd like to or something like that.
Or you just ignore the consequences and stay a couple of days more longer.
Yeah. Or it's like, my flight is tomorrow. It leaves tomorrow. Then you need to contact immigration.
You need to be with your flight ticket.
Your flight ticket.
The same day, you have this kind of problem, issue. You need to have grant. To stay in Korea. Otherwise, they will be suspicious.
Yeah. Or even if it's due to something like weather or, your car breaks down going to the airport, you can't get there in time, you need to contact immigration immediately because they'll maybe ask you a lot of questions when you try to leave the country. Or they may, again, you could risk being deported. So, of course, follow the law and follow immigration.
Which is easy. You just stay in Korea with the date, so it's totally fine. Once again, this is Eddie, Nathan, Korea, Monday, March 4th.
You have a nice weekend.
Yes, 10 a.m., 10:30, almost 10:30 a.m. in Korea. I hope you like our time. We tested it out before, the other time here. But we come up with this time, so that you can at least join, possibly all around the world.
In relation to the visa as well, let's say you're on a tourist visa and you decide you really want to stay in Korea and study, that's okay. But as Eddie said, it can take a long time to prepare your documents, and you have to pay the tuition in order for the school to sponsor your visa. So basically, once you apply and pay the tuition, then the school can process your documents to give you the visa, sponsor your visa. However, that can take a while. Some students take many months to do that, and there's a lot of documents you need to prepare. So as Eddie said, it's much better if you contact us 6 months in advance. That's a good benchmark. So you can have time to prepare all that, even if you're going to be here on a tourist visa to start.
And still, of course, many people like contact us like 1 month left. It's totally fine, but you will be hurry.
Yeah, you'll
to
have to
prepare
hurry.
many things at once. It's totally fine, but not a recommendation. Not a recommendation.
Is it easy to work and study there?
No, of course not. No, of course, I would be very honest. No, of course not. It's not easy to work and study because
If you want to, yeah, well, just in terms of a time commitment, if you want to do both, then I tell many students studying Korean is like a full-time job, especially if you want to do well in class, and you should because your performance and attendance affects your visa.
Mhm.
So if you're not in class, maybe 80% of the term, you can lose your visa. If you fail the course, you can also lose your visa. So it's important because you're on, many of you are on the student visa. It's important to one, be a good student. So that's like the number one thing you should.
And it's not easy. I heard like we have like many students studying and studied before.
Mhm.
Even studying is not easy. It's totally different, like a language and also many things.
So,
Party night. But anyway, to be honest, it's not easy. But of course, you can do that, but it's not easy.
Yeah,
You need to have like many commitment.
right. So even if you're in just language school, you're going to be in class for about 4 hours a day.
Monday to Friday,
Yeah.
generally.
So just imagine you're in math class for 4 hours a day, or you're in, I don't know, another type of class you're taking now for 4 hours a day. It's going to be, of course, challenging to focus during that time. Then, of course, if you have those materials you need to review and preview, and quizzes and tests and stuff. So doing homework. So just keep that in mind when you think about, oh, I also want to, work at Starbucks for 20 hours a week as well. So we always advise students that time management is just as important as doing the academic side of things. Or if you're also employed, putting in the effort at work.
How long does it take to get the acceptance letter for the visa?
So basically,
Good question.
once you pay the tuition, then the school will release the documents. So let's say you pay tuition, it may take another week for the school to release your documents. Then once you receive them, it may take you another week or two to actually receive the visa. So again, as Eddie said, maybe it'll take up to a month or something like that. So it's always good to contact us as at least 6 months in advance. You can do everything like really quickly if you need to, but we prefer you to have enough time to get every step done quickly.
Yes,
So
please.
you can't actually do any of the visa process until the school gives you documents for the visa, and that means you need to pay tuition. So it's not like you sit here a year in advance and say, okay, I have the visa application, help me fill it out. It's not an if, it's a when. It's when you pay the tuition, when you receive the documents. It's not if you're going to pay tuition or if you receive the documents. So it's always a question of when and not if. So if you're committed to studying, if you're going to pay the tuition, and if you'd like to study here long term, then of course we'll get you through that process.
So back to the questions, whether you can work and study at once. I said like a little bit strongly, but we have many cases that like a student even not follow the class, only like study when the person is only studying. But of course, it's possible. It's possible. Why not?
Yeah.
But it needs like lots of commitment and dedication and hard work. If you can do that, of course, that's ideal situation.
Yeah.
But I want you to be like good at least one thing, and then you can go another option or another like choice.
Yeah.
That's why we also tell you that like there's another option with this working holiday visa. So with the visa, you can study like for I don't know 6 months, let's say like 6 months, and then after studying some Korean, and then you can work as well. I know it's like only in once in your lifetime, but nobody wait for your time. So I want you to take the opportunity, only limited like countries.
I mean, my personal advice is that if you'd like to really study Korean, that's like your number one goal. Like devote the time to studying Korean, and you can work later. Honestly, maybe start studying Korean for 6 months and say, okay, now I kind of know the language, or even longer than that. I've done the studying I want to do. Now I can commit more time to working, or vice versa. If your number one priority is to work abroad, then maybe get the working holiday visa and work for 6 months or a year first, and then continue to study Korean later. Of course, being in Korea, you'll have some opportunity to learn Korean on your own, but to really get a really good exposure to a lot of Korean in a short period of time, then Korean language school is a great option. And that's what I tell a lot of people, that again, you're in class for 20 hours a week, and outside of that, you should be studying almost just as much time. So as we said, make sure you consider of course, your time, your schedule, and what your priorities are. Of course, a lot of people want to do everything at once. They want to work, they want to study, they want to volunteer, they want to travel. And you can, of course, do that in the ideal situation. And we hope you do. But just from my personal experience, if you want to study, then focus on that. If you want to work, focus on that. And hopefully you can do both at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, like the reason that we tell you, like honestly, because we have been there, Nathan also like came with like language student, and then he is working now. And same to me, I was in the Canada and I studied and worked there as well. Like all the process, we've been there, so we understand your questions. We understand your the reason that you ask us. That's why we want you to give you we want to give you the honest answer, whether it's possible, whether you can, whether you cannot. So that's the bottom line from our saying. We are not going to like threaten you, like saying that you cannot do that. It's not something like that. You can for sure do that, but it's not easy.
Yeah.
But of course you can do that. I want you to do it.
Yeah. I mean, personally, also during university, I worked and I studied at the same time, and it was extremely challenging. And granted, I got some great experiences out of it. However, if you want to put 100% to something, it's hard to do when you have another thing that also demands your 100%. So we want to just give you some perspective. And of course, we applaud you if you'd like to do all those things at the same time, and you can, because not everyone can do that, just based on their personality or the amount of time they have. Of course, there's only 24 hours in the day, so make the most of your 24 hours. In addition to like resting and eating and
having fun,
having fun, yes, personal time.
So back to our subject.
Yeah.
I want to clarify one thing more. So basically, you can work with the student visa, with the deferred visa. You can work. We can work after the first 6 months. So basically, if you come with the student visa for 6 months, for the first 6 months, you cannot work. And then if you like study another 6 months, another 3 months, or like another year, from after the 6 months, you can work, but up to 20 hours per week. And then there is another process, as we always said. So we will help you to what to prepare in order to work, but after the 6 months.
And in addition to that, let's say you've only registered for 6 months of class and you want to extend your time. So that's really no issue as long as you've been going to class and, of course, following the law in Korea. So normally the extension period happens the term before, like very soon after it starts, like maybe only a week or 2 weeks, maybe 4 weeks at most after the term starts. Pay attention to what's posted like outside your language school office. Pay attention to what your teachers say. And if it's something you don't quite understand, then please ask your teachers or ask the staff, because you don't want to sit in class and they say something very important like registration starts tomorrow, and you're sitting there and you don't understand what you say. Ask your classmates or ask your teacher about those details, because they'll probably only say it once. I mean, you're all adults. You all should be somewhat responsible even if you're, in language school and you're living abroad alone. So they expect you to have some sort of level of personal responsibility. And of course, we can help you if there's something you need assistance with or you didn't understand. But it's very important to, one, go to class. So two, you don't miss those announcements. And three, you can meet those deadlines because they're very strict. Normally, they only give you 1 week to re-register and pay the tuition. So,
And it's strict period.
Yeah.
Period. But still, like, if you are not sure, you can ask us. Well, please ask us like in advance if you can, like the first term or second term, only the second term or first term. You can like tell us, ask us if you are interested in extendance or what we can do, what you can do. Then we can check with the school. That's why we are in Korea to help you like real time basis.
Some of this is our business work. So the way we started as a company is we started actually in Japan. That's where our headquarters is.
Almost 10 years ago.
We opened the Korea office 3 years ago, and our CEO, he actually studied abroad, and he found the process was very difficult for foreigners at that time studying in Japan, but also now in Korea. It's very hard to figure out like what documents you need, where to find the information, who to talk to at either immigration or at the embassy or consulate. So he had the concept to come up with this company that assists people studying in now Korea, but also now Japan and Spain too. So for Korea, we help you process your whole application. We'll walk you through the visa process as well, accommodations, and
Pickups.
Yeah, if you need airport pickup, if you need to be dropped off, same thing. And we can respond to you very quickly because if, say you're the language school, you may receive like 100+ emails a day from all of you that want to study in Korea. So of course there's going to be some delay. We try to get back to you within 3 business days, if not quicker. Normally it's within about 24 hours. And you're going to be talking to us directly, mostly me. If you're speaking English, if you're speaking Spanish or Italian, then our lovely coworkers that can also assist you. And you can, of course, reach out to us on these platforms like Instagram or YouTube or Facebook. We're here to help you and answer your questions. And if we can't answer your question, then hopefully we'll be able to direct you to who can. There are some things that we're not experts on that we'd rather defer to, like, say, the embassy or permanent residency. You probably want to discuss more with immigration on that, depending on your situation. So if there's something that we can't quite help you with, then we can try to direct you to where you need to go.
I love to speak Korean. I'm learning. That's great. If you'd like to learn in Korea, then let us know. We can help you out with that.
I mean, saying that, if you want to study in Korea, you can start from the basic, from the scratch.
Yeah,
it's totally fine.
You can start from nothing if you want.
Of course, it's better to have like certain like surviving skills. However, feel free to start from the scratch. And each school has a level test from the first day, so you will be assigned to the level that you are now. So it's totally fine, and I'm happy to hear that you are studying Korean. I believe it is not easy, I think. All right, cool. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, those on Facebook and YouTube too. Don't hesitate to leave us a comment or question.
Before we had issue with YouTube, we cannot find the chat. But I don't know this time. But if we miss, in any case, if we miss the chat from the YouTube, please understand. Maybe there is some technical problem that we can see like real time, but we will get back to you later. By checking like later. But for now, it seems okay. It seems okay.
And I think Facebook you can see everything. So,
I'll just double check that. Yes, please. While you're checking that chat system, how about the studytrip.com programs? Do you need like visa or things? So basically, studytrip.com program is 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So if you are the country under the MOFA list, you can stay up to 90 days or 30 days or up to 6 months. So you don't have to worry about the visa applications. You can just come into the Korea and join our programs. But of course, if your country is not the MOFA list, then we might not be able to support the countries. However, please ask us so we can confirm whether you can come, whether you can join it or not. Feel free to ask us those kind of questions. We are happy to help you. And sorry for not helping you in any case, but we are going to, assist more and more as long as we can.
Mhm. I just checked Facebook and it looks like it's working well. So thank you for joining us on Facebook. And again, you can feel free to leave us your comments and questions, and we'll get back to you in the live chat.
And another issue, another frequently asked questions would be whether you can apply visa in Korea or in your country, basically. So, yeah, is it working? So can you give some information about the visa applications in our country, like in Korea or in other countries?
Yeah, so if you're going to apply in your country, which is the ideal situation, then once you pay the tuition, then the school will give you what's typically called a letter of acceptance, as well as a receipt. And those are the two key documents you need to apply for the student visa. And some schools will give you what's called a letter of visa issuance, which is kind of like a upgraded letter of acceptance, basically. So you really should talk to your embassy or consulate about what documents they need specifically. Some of them require some other things, like maybe some sort of health check or something else. It really is country dependent and embassy dependent. In general, there's of course going to be some fee to receive your visa, an application form, and then documents from the school, as we said. Basically, the process is very similar if you apply in Korea. There's of course an application form and a fee and the documents from the school. And if you're in Korea already, then you need another document showing your residence. And we can of course help you with that, whatever document you need. But basically it's very similar to as if you applied outside of your country. So why do we say that you should get it before you come to Korea rather than within Korea, or is there some issue with getting it in Korea? As we mentioned earlier, it's really up to immigration. They can ask, they have the right to ask you for like any other supporting documents. So long story short, it may be easier to provide those while you're in your home country, or you can talk to your bank, or you can talk to your parents, your school, or whoever it is to get maybe some more supporting documents. It may be more challenging to get those if you're already in Korea. You can of course get the visa when you're in Korea, but immigration kind of holds the power in any situation here. Granted, we haven't had really that many issues with people applying within Korea to get the visa. It's been quite smooth. However, they always have that ability to ask for more documentation. So that's why we say if you're going to prepare in advance, then prepare everything you need to, pay your tuition, receive your documents, then talk to your embassy or consulate in your country, and then hopefully smooth sailing from there. So yeah, that's the reason why we kind of advise you to do this process in advance from your country of citizenship.
Yeah. So long and short, you can apply visa in your country or in Korea. And if you feel free to ask us. If you didn't ask us like at first time, you come with by yourself or with another agency or another like friend's help. And then you find us in Korea and then you want to extend the visa with like a D4 or the other kind of visa, ask us how you can prepare it and tell your friends if you need any support, ask us. We are free. Our service is free. So, we can answer you based on your situation, right away. So totally fine to apply visa in your country, in Korea.
Yeah, and yeah, don't hesitate to email us or anything like that. We don't like charge, as Eddie said, we don't charge like any fees for answering your questions. You can email me many times if you want, and I'll try to answer whatever questions you have about studying in Korea. And if you have questions about the student visa or your specific situation, then hopefully I'll be able to answer the question for you. Personally, I've been in Korea almost 5 years now, and I think I've had quite a diverse experience in terms of helping students and helping myself when I first came here anyway. So as Eddie has said before, I've been through these processes, and Eddie, of course, has experienced life abroad as well. So we are experienced with the different challenges you may face. And today we specifically talked about the visa, but of course there may be other things you have questions about as well.
And last, frequently asked question is extension in Korea, whether it's possible or not. So long and short, it's possible. If you come with like, let's say like a no visa, come come here to study 1 term at the university, or like let's say 8 weeks at like Lexis Korea, and then you decide, oh, I like this, or like I like Korean, I like studying Korean, then you can for sure extend your visa. And you can also like come outside and come back again with to get another visa-free entrance for like 90 days, or like a study a visitor visa is totally fine. But if you wanna decide, if you decide to study like 6 months, then it's totally fine, or like 1 year is totally fine. So extension in Korea is fine. We can help you with applications in Korea as well.
And just to let you know again, if you want to apply for the D4 non-student visa, you need to be at least 18 years or older and be at least a high school graduate. Same thing with working holiday visa. For the tourist visa, you can actually come to Korea. You don't have to be an adult. You don't have to be 18 years or older. However, some schools have some restrictions about like who they admit depending on their age. So just ask us about your personal situation, like, oh, I'm not going to be quite 18 yet, or maybe I'm still in high school. And in that case, we recommend our Youth Korea study trip. However, if you're maybe graduating early or something like that and wish to start studying before you're 18 years old, just let us know, and we can advise you on what would be the best avenue to take.
Another question on YouTube: when you finish your last payment, is that when you get the information on who you are living with, like roommate? Yes and no. You are asking dormitory. I assume that then we will ask the school if who would be your roommate. But of course, they cannot give like details like age or nationality or like name. They might not be able to give it to you. However, we can ask at least to check.
They may just say yes, you have a roommate.
And from like, at least from which country.
Yeah. Normally they don't share too many personal details just because of like security and safety reasons. So you may not actually find out specifically who your roommate is until you get to Korea. And that could be the same for our other housing types too, like a share house, you're in a share house as well. Or as much as we like to share with you who that is, so you can like chit chat beforehand and maybe get to know each other better. Just for safety and security reasons, I normally don't share specifics.
Okay, I got more information. So you are going to join our youth trip. All right. Then it's kind of different story. We can give you like more detailed information, like age, which country the person from. But it's not going to be, I would say, because our deadline is like May. So after May, let's say like June or like early July. No, publish like in the June time. Sorry, June time. In the June, we will give you like who would be your roommate. Of course, if you are going to come with your student, your friends, then of course we are going to try to for you to stay in the same roommate, same room, same or like same home. So don't worry, we will try to get your questions.
Yeah. I mean, in general, people are very sensitive about their personal information these days. So we can, of course, share like maybe general demographic information with you. Like some people ask, like, "Oh, I'm from Australia. Like, are there more Australians coming?" However, I want their phone number. I want their email. I want all these personal information details. Like we'd have to have a very lengthy personal information release process for that because of just people's safety and security. So, but if you do request a roommate, then we'll do our best, of course,
Yes.
to match you with who you request. If it's your sibling, if it's your best friend, or whoever it may be.
And don't forget to tell us so that we know who is your friend.
Yeah.
And then we are going to try to stay in the
If
same
you both
house.
apply, if you both pay and end up coming, then of course we'll do our best to match you.
90% guaranteed.
Yeah.
90%.
Maybe higher. So we're approaching 1 hour here, so we'll probably wrap it up soon. But if you do have other questions or comments right now, then of course let us know. We've been talking about visa and studying in Korea and what your options are. So if you have any questions about that or anything else really, then feel free to let us know.
So basically summarize. So you will have like 3 options to come to Korea. The first thing would be visa-free or visitor visa. Second option would be student visa, which we call it D4 visa. And third option would be working holiday visa. So basically you will have like 3 options to come to Korea, and we will help you go through all the process, what to prepare, what kind of documents you need to prepare. But we want you to at least contact us 6 months in advance.
So we have a question. Good. In Busan, who do we work with? So we work with 3 different schools. So there's Chile University, Gyeongsang University, and Lexus Korea in Busan
campus.
Yeah. So if it's one of those 3 schools, then of course we're more than willing to help you. We're always looking to partner with more institutions, but at the time we partner with those 3. If it's a general question about like living in Busan or something, then just let us know. But we are currently partnered with those 3 schools.
So back to summarize. So you will have 3 options. A second, you can apply visa in Korea or in your country. Is totally fine. And the last thing would be you can extend your visa, in Korea as well. But like I said, with each school, each person is different. So let us know your situation, whether you are in Korea now or even your friend's situation. We can help you in Italian, Spanish, in English, in Korean if you want. But there is a process that you need to follow so that we can guide you what to prepare, how to prepare, when to prepare.
And if you have Korean friends that may be helping you come visit Korea, it's best if you contact us directly. If you can contact us in English or Spanish or Italian, because it's going to be you that needs to submit a lot of documentation, and not your Korean friend or whoever you have in Korea that's helping you. If you maybe English or Italian or Spanish is not your first language and you're kind of relying on your maybe Korean friend or another friend to help you, then that's okay. But in the end, we're going to need documents from you. So, of course, we'll try to help you either way. But in the end, you're going to be the one that needs to submit documentation. So even if your friends have to do a little translating for you, then being in contact with you directly is best.
Otherwise, there would be like me, I don't know, Nathan, your friend.
Yeah.
You back and forth it might be a little bit too much.
Yeah, and of course, we want to help you as quickly as possible.
Yes.
So if we can have like the most direct line of communication to you,
Would be better.
even
For you
if
to
like
understand.
your Korean friend maybe talks to Eddie directly in Korean, he may still say, well, he email Nathan and have him process you, just so we're not like delayed like multiple steps.
For like a small questions,
Yeah,
which we don't like, I mean, it's okay, but still, like it's better to communicate directly.
right.
All right. Any other questions? Okay. And so we covered many things with the live video and YouTube videos. But we are here to help you. So if you want us to tell or like explain you a certain subject, let us know so that we can do another live video later. Of course, we will do. But if you have any like subject for us to deal with, then feel free to leave your comment below. Or like your email so that we can contact you through the email.
One week we'll be live again.
Yes, next week. Next week we are going to be live at studytrip.com. SNS. We are going to be live. Yes, live YouTube and Instagram to give you more information about the second hour summer course. So if you have any questions, sorry, sorry. All right, okay, sorry. So we are going to live at studytrip.com YouTube channel and Instagram. And I hope you liked our live stream from before. Jose did a live show at studytrip.com, and we upload lots of contents at the studytrip.com YouTube channel. So go there and check and let us know what you like and what you don't like. Maybe.
Yeah, the studytrip.com YouTube channel just launched very recently.
With many contents.
Yeah, with many videos. They're short, so you can like maybe turn them on as a playlist, so you can view the different activities that we've had, and of course different countries, not only in Korea, but we of course are biased towards the Korean ones. So you can see kind of a preview of what you can expect on the study trip, as well as testimonials from former students. So yeah, they had a live stream recently, and we'll be streaming on their social media very soon. Of course, promoting our Korean trips.
So to answer your questions about the studytrip.com programs, especially for the second summer course.
So yeah, I know Instagram will kick us off soon because they limit live videos to 1 hour. But we'll wrap it up here, and hope you have a good night or morning or whatever time it may be in your home country. Currently, it's almost 11 a.m. here in Korea.
Right.
The sun is shining.
Yeah,
Spring is coming.
for sure. I'm expecting a lot of like a cherry blossom season again.
Yes.
Yeah, it will be amazing.
You're very welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Cool.
So yeah, I think we'll wrap it up here. And of course, you can watch the replay on Facebook or YouTube. And on Instagram, you have 24 hours to watch the replay. And yeah, if you have any other questions, of course, contact us, info@gogohanguk.com, or commenting on these videos.
info@studytrip.com as well.
Yeah, that one too. Alrighty. I think that's about it.
All right.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
You're
guys.
welcome. You're
Bye-bye.
welcome. We'll see you next
Next
time
time.
on studytrip.com's SNS.
Next week, Monday.
See you Monday.
Yeah, next week, Monday, March 11th, right? March
Yes.
11th. Time flies. Oh my God.
Already March.
Hanguk application started for
Yes.
summer course. Summer
term.
term. Wow. Cool. Getting old.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you guys. Bye bye. 안녕. Maybe next time we can speak some Korean? Or
Yeah, maybe.
maybe. Maybe. Amado, maybe.
Review what they will learn.
Yes. Yes. Study
Yes, study hard.
less.
Specifically
Having fun. 10 seconds left.
We'll leave on Instagram tells us we have to leave.
Yes. I hope you have a good night, good morning, or good afternoon. Cool.
All right, bye everybody.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. See you next time. 안녕. Bam.